So it's easy to get swept up in Hollywood and all the red
Not really.
carpets. And no, was it not your scene?
Not my scene.
I love it. Still true to the humble spirit of Captain Phillips. But truly, even for the world out there, everybody's caught up in the movie. I have to say that trailer was one of the most fascinating I've seen in a long time. It just gets you on the edge of your seat and all of that. But the reality is, this is still a difficult thing going on in the seas. Now, I thought that your story was the catalyst to maybe things changing on the high seas, every vessel having arms and being protected. How is that now? How is protection out on the high seas and in terms of piracy right now?
Well, as regards to piracy, it's still going on, has been going on for 1,000 years. Probably the second ship to set sail was a pirate ship after the first ship. I say in my talks, it is the second oldest profession that we come in contact with frequently in merchant marine. And today, we fight piracy off the Malacca Straits, Philippines, Sulu Sea, South China Sea, Malaysia, Malacca Straits, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and east-west coast to Africa, and east-west coast to South America. Today, the hotspots are off Nigeria and Malacca Straits, where a ship a day is being taken. So it's still something that seafarers all around the world, not just American seafarers, are still concerned with. And so it's just one of the litany of problems and hazards that we have out at sea. People who go to sea face a tough time. We don't have police, we don't have a doctor, we don't have firemen, yet we have to be self-contained. So all the seafarers of the world are still fighting the scourge of piracy. I think it'll always go on. I think, if anything, the awareness is there now. People realize piracy is not a Johnny Depp, Disney-esque type thing. It's real. It's malevolence out on the high seas, and that is about to change. The awareness. Some ships have put on armed security. Majority of them don't. And off of Somalia, we went 3 years without a ship being taken. I think we got a little complacent. We call the ships fat, dumb, and happy. And in the last 7 months, there's been 3 ships taken all along. So piracy is a scourge that I think starts on the mainland, and it's just lack of hopefulness, lack of hope, lack of opportunity, lack of a job, lack of a chance to better yourself and better your family. I think that's what drives a lot of people. So with that void, it was being filled by that, and they had to make that choice. Go hungry, or try, even if it's a wrongdoing or lawful. That was their choice, and I'm glad that Paul Greengrass, his background is documentaries, and his background is the news, so he really wanted to try and keep it as real as possible. It is a movie, but he wanted to keep it as real as possible, and I'm glad that he didn't portray him as a black hat, white hat, good versus evil, because really, they don't have a lot of opportunity or choices, and unfortunately they made a bad one.
Yeah, and you said that Paul Greengrass, his father was in the British.
Yes, he was actually in the British Merchant Marine. It's actually, after I got to know Paul, he's a quirky guy, and he has long hair and a beard, but he's very serious. When he's working, he is point on. He's very focused, laser driven when he's doing his work. But when he's himself, he's actually a great guy. His wife's a great woman. I met her, his assistant, and so he really wanted to try and keep it as true as possible, not glamorize it at all. So I'm glad he made it in that regard. I have no animosity toward the pirates. They made their choice, and they'll suffer the repercussions of our choices, and that's the way it should be.
Right.